Hello. Today I'm going to demonstrate the parts of my 5e solo module for Fantasy Grounds, where we've got so far. Let me just close that up a second. So this is it. Um, it's not finished, but it's making good progress. Uh, it's all running off a story window, and when you first open it up, uh, what you're going to get is some advice on uh, solo playing if you've not done it before, uh, and you will slowly, not slowly, you can read and flip through it almost as if it was a book, and then you get to scenes, your opening scene, and I'm giving you two choices here. You can either let me just resize that a second. One option is to ask the question in the chat window. Um, and send the answer to the chat. So clicking the dragon allows you to roll on the table, and it says magical and failing. There's been some kind of magical failure, and that could be a catastrophic spell failure, uh, something exciting to get the game going. But you don't have to send the output to here. I think that's quite ugly. Um, what you can do is send the question into the story, and what you get is this missing magical and proceeding. So we've still got a magical first theme. Um, so there's some kind of magical process that is proceeding, carrying on, and I can work this into the story. My character is a first level thief, rogue, sorry, um, and there's some magical proceedings going on, and I can play out that scene. Maybe I'm trying to steal something undercover of the a big magical ritual. Uh, so I can carry on the story from that, and imagining the character going through the actions, using the sending it to the story. It says story there as the output. That means that that answer is still in here and I can bring it back whenever I want. Um, so imagine the story's moved on. My rogue has been sneaking up to the big ritual site. There's all these witches and warlocks around and they're doing their stuff. And I want to know, can I see say a jade statue that was part of the ritual that I want to steal? So that's a yes no question. Either it's there or it isn't. And so that brings me to the yes no situation. And I can do the same thing again. I can send it to the story window and I will roll on that. And yes, nice simple answer. Yes, I can see the statue. And that yes no answer is now in the story. I could ask the same question into the chat. Now, another option here is not everything is going to be equally chance yes, no. You see, there's lots of possible answers. I can decide whether I think it's going to be obvious. Now, if the statue is part of the main ritual, there's a very good chance it's going to be there. So I will give myself a +2 mod on the roll and then roll it, and it came up with a no because So hang on, let me. Yes, there's two options. You can either use these, or you can do. I could do +3 and roll, and it's saying delayed. Something has interrupted this. The delayed interrupted option in the solo rules says that when I was looking for the Jade Idol, something has interrupted me, changed the situation. It could be a completely unexpected event as part of the ritual. Um, it could be something that I just wasn't expecting. Is holding the idol. It's related to the idol, and something has completely changed the situation for me. So uh, you can use the dice modifiers to shift the probabilities one way or the other, and you can send the results to the story or straight into the chat. I think putting the questions straight into the chat as well. Are there armed priests at the ritual? And then I'm going to say, I don't think there should be. -2 on that. And I'll roll it. Yes, there are, but there's something else. That there are armed priests here, but they are all focused in on the ritual rather than looking for intruders. Meaning I could sneak around behind them. They're not on full alert. So this is the yes no oracle. You can put your modifiers in there. You can send it to the chat. You can send it to the story. If I wanted to overhear what two of these guards are talking about, I can use a complex question. What are they talking about? Now, the complex question, you get lots of examples here of how to interpret it. Now, I can again send that to the story, and when I roll that, it will appear here as well. And the improvising is personal and adjourning. The guards are talking about. One of them is simply he's leaving. He's this at the end of the ritual. He's um, giving up. He's going somewhere else. Which is an opportunity. Maybe I could, if no one's going to expect him to be around, I could try and subdue him, get the uniform, and that's a, a way in. I can also send that to the complex question to the chat, and it will roll. And in this case, it came up with, there's our magical and pursuing. So maybe this whole ritual is going to summon an invisible stalker. So the core oracles now are into the module. I still need to create the NPC reactions, and there's a few more supporting material chapters. Your story the scene was the opening scene. The complex question was the guards talking. The yes no was whether they were armed guards. You can clean up at the end of a session so it doesn't just grow out of control. So this is it. if you remember to ask your questions and literally role play it, use that as a written journal, you would have a complete record in here. In here. Um, and you can copy it to the clipboard, and you can save it and do whatever you want with it. If you wanted to share it, you can get rid of it. So at the moment we have a working Solar Oracle. You can then use all of the extra features of Fantasy Grounds and 5e. You can bring up the items, and I haven't loaded the core rules here yet, but you can use all of the benefits of Fantasy Grounds, all of the references. You can use the dice rollers for anything you want, and uh, yeah, use the support of the virtual tabletop with the built-in Oracle. No books or paperwork needed. So that's where I am. I will hope to have this finished and exported as a module that can be play tested by the end of the week. It shouldn't take much longer. Okay, that's it. That's my quick update.